There's a viral video going around of a young woman who is visibly upset um, uh, by dealing with um, large amounts of racism as she's campaigning or doing phone work. I've done a lot of phone work, and I can imagine that it would be upsetting to call people up and just be, subjected to this torrent of racist attacks. She doesn't use the word racist, but um, it's fairly clear that that's what she's talking about. And so it's one thing to, do that. It's another, this is something that she posted to her personal Facebook profile. And people have taken it off of her Facebook profile and put it on YouTube and have just subjected her to all kinds of abuse. It's disgusting. There's really no other way to describe it. And so, it's the kind of thing that is going to make anybody with any sense of fair play angry. And so my reaction initially is that I believe it makes me want to state that America ought to be nuked. It's gotten to the point where I'm beginning to seriously advocate that Canada pull out of NATO. We need to start thinking about putting down global sanctions, trade embargoes. The rest of the world needs to be actively considering ways to take this evil empire down. And then I thought about that for a little bit longer. I went and did something else and came back to it. And it's certainly a very angry response. It's not stated with any irony. It's a literal gut reaction. When you see somebody who's, reacting to racism, and is clearly upset, by the nature of the kinds of conversations that she's having, and the reaction is just to belittle her. It's not. That's not a left or right issue. That's a basic issue of human decency. And what it demonstrates is that what we have before us in America is something that should not be tolerated. It should not be cooperated with. It should not be sanctioned in any way. That the free peoples of the world need to look at that kind of thing and say, this cannot continue. This cannot go on. Much as as America has done in the past with other countries, right? But the reason I'm making this video is more to do with the second part of it. Why do they hate us? That's the question, right? Well, take a look at that. Are you really confused? Are you really unsure? I'm a Canadian, and I'm starting to hate you. No, really, I've never particularly liked you, but you learn to live through disagreements with your neighbors. It's life. But I'm starting to really hate you. And in fact, I bet a substantial proportion of your own population is even beginning to actively hate itself. Maybe it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Maybe it's the reason you need to spend trillions on defense, but keep it up. Because you've got your best friends rooting for your demise.